Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today we're gonna get on Zara Home's website and see if there's anything new. As you know, I am starting phase 2 of decorating my apartment, which is the living room, sprucing up the kitchen, and my bedroom. So I thought I wanna get on Zara Home. It's one of my favorite websites, especially for neutral, timeless decor. They just have the best stuff. The stuff on Zara Home is absolutely incredible. They also keep some of their items for longer than what I normally see, which I love because if you're like me, I can't buy everything in one swoop. So sometimes I like to save up and go back to the website and hope it's still there and get it when I can. So we're gonna dig through Zara Home and see what they have. Phase 2 of decorating my apartment is our living room, kitchen, and bedroom, but I found some stuff that maybe I don't need for those spaces, but that I thought were beautiful, like these towels. This makes me want to redo my entire bathroom, like the guest bathroom, because both of these towels are absolutely stunning. I really love stripe right now, which I think is a big hit coming into the design world. It's gonna be a hot trend from what I'm hearing. However, I think it's incredibly timeless, and I think that stripes just add, I don't do a ton of pattern in my home, but stripes I love. I feel like it has this timeless look to it, but also a little bit masculine in a way. Anyway, these striped bath towels are so stunning. I love that they're a little bit thinner, not quite a pinstripe, but not thick. I just love how balanced they feel. I believe these are in a brown, which I love brown right now. I love how warm it feels in a space, and it's not so stark black and white, like the contrast. So it says this is actually a dark khaki. They also come in a green, which is stunning as well. And then this like olive green as well. So personally, I love the dark khaki and the mid green. I can't decide which one I love more, but these are so beautiful to me. I also love that the stripe on the actual towel is a little bit different than the stripe on the border. I think that just adds a little bit more detail to the towel, makes it feel a little bit more high end, in my opinion. Love those. And what I would mix those with, because I'm kind of into mixing different towels, kind of like how you do your bedding on your bed. I like this solid white towel with a stitch, like a 3-stripe stitch detail on the towel. I think mixing these towels with the towels I just showed you would just add more dimension to the space. And I don't know, I'm kind of into that mixing the towel vibe. I think it could be really beautiful. And again, adding a little bit more detail than what I was originally doing. I would always just get the exact same towel, but this just feels a little bit more well done to me. Also, this is a little out there for me, but I kind of love this leopard print throw blanket. I do see like leopard print rugs and carpet and throw pillows, throw blankets in some very traditional and like more historic, maybe? Is that the word I'm looking for? I've seen it done a lot in design, and I think it does actually stand the test of time. I love animal print. I think it's absolutely beautiful. For me, I would have to do something a little bit more subtle, like a throw blanket or a throw pillow, but I have a friend who has animal print as her carpet in her office, and I love that. But for me, again, I'd have to do something a little more subtle. I love the tones of this throw blanket. Again, I'm gonna say Zara Home, their color palette is just spot on. It's so beautiful. They just know what they're doing. I love Zara Home so much. And when I'm really trying to get that designer look for less, or I'm trying to see, I think Zara Home to me they're so trendy but so timeless. I hope that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but they just have this balance that doesn't miss. Also, I am incredibly interested in these. They're actually hand towels. They're these embroidered hand towels. I love both sets. I think that they are so beautiful. They have a little bit more of a feminine touch. I almost wonder if I could use these as napkins. I just don't know how big they would be. I think that these are stunning. I love to mix more of this feminine with like the ruffled edge in with kind of my hardier decor pieces, like my desk right here. That's like this vintage wood that is patinaed. Mixing these two worlds to me just is so perfect in my opinion. So this set of embroidered wash linen hand towels, set of 3, love. I absolutely love these, but I also really love this other set. I think this is a set of 2. Has a little bit more detail going on with it, but I just think that these are gorgeous. I really, really love them. I am curious, I do think that they are quite big, so I don't know if I could use them as a napkin, but okay, wait. They have them folded up on this tray. You can barely see, but how beautiful would this be in your bathroom on a tray folded up just like this for guests to use, and then you have a basket underneath somewhere that they could toss the towels in when they're done, and you just wash them and put them back out. I've done that with like washcloths, like your regular washcloths, but something a little bit more detailed like this, that would just take it to the next level. Oh my gosh. I also have a little vase and hook in my bathroom that just kind of organically hanging these on would be really beautiful as well. I think these are, I think I'm adding these to my cart. I didn't even think about rolling them up. Oh my gosh, if you're someone who hosts a ton, how beautiful, how luxurious. That picture just, yeah, that did it for me. Okay, I think I need both of these. They are so good. They're just so beautiful in my opinion. They really do remind me of antique handkerchiefs or textiles that I see in antique stores all the time, but they're brand new. So the story starts with you, which I also really love. Okay, those are so good. Before I get too far, since we're kind of in bathroom stuff, I'm gonna mention this elm wood stool again. I've mentioned this in the past. This elm wood stool is so good. It looks exactly like the vintage wood stool that I have in my bathroom. If I did not have that in my bathroom, I would absolutely get this one. My friend actually bought an elm wood console table from Zara. I've seen the quality. I think that they are amazing. And this is a better price than a vintage stool. So kind of saving there. I also really love these little baskets with the linen lining. These were in the bathroom section, but I also think you could use these in a pantry. I think you could use these in a closet, obviously a bathroom. I was kind of thinking about getting these and putting my hot tools in them, just because right now they're kind of just thrown in a drawer, and I thought that this would be such good organization. Plus I can kind of put them in a way that they're not just like stacked on top of each other, probably making it a little bit nicer. So it comes in a taller basket and then like a shorter, wider basket. Either one is so beautiful. And then, oh, I'm gonna mention these as well. I really love the silhouette of these baskets here. Again, baskets, I feel you can never have enough baskets. Also in interior design, when I am studying and I am looking at some of my favorite designers, I always notice a woven detail, whether that is a jute rug or a seagrass rug or a basket. Adding in this woven detail, I think just brings in a texture that is organic. It feels like you're bringing the outside in. It really soothes and calms the space and makes it feel a little bit more cozy. But I also love it because it's an approachable material. It doesn't feel too stuffy. It just kind of, it feels more relaxed. And I love that about any type of woven material, whether that's a rug, jute rug, like I was saying, or a basket. I wanted to mention this linen pendant lamp again. I see these in interior design all the time. I can't think of what they're called off the top of my head right now, but they're everywhere. They have been around for a very long time, and the ones that I have seen in the past are in paper. But then I noticed this linen, and I think I've shared this in the past. I think these are so cute in like a nursery. I just think that the linen just looks a little bit more high end. It's a better quality material. I just like it a little bit better than the paper ones, but I do like the overall look, and I had to mention this one again because I think it's pretty cool. I have been back and forth on whether I want to add, I love gingham, the gingham print. Now, when it comes to prints for my home, anytime I bring them in, I take them right back out. I don't know what it is. Once I get them in my home, I just don't like always love them in my space, unless it's like a tablecloth, a napkin, something that I can easily take away. Even doing a throw pillow is just too much for me. I don't know why. So I don't even know why I'm considering this, but I really do love the idea of having a gingham bedroom like bedding. I just really love it. Now, I did have striped bedding on my bed for a little while and loved it. So that's why I kind of feel like I could love this if it's kind of like under a solid for me. Anyway, I noticed this plaid duvet cover. It's in the most beautiful neutral tone. I kind of feel like if I get this from Zara Home, I might like it more just because it's more neutral. It seems a little bit more, I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of, but basically Zara's just like, they just know. And I keep saying like basically that, but they just know the color palette. They just know how big to do the gingham. I don't know, they're just amazing. I love this duvet set. It's really got me thinking about my bed and if I should add a little bit of that. Mixing maybe this duvet, maybe if I find this in the sheet. I didn't look to see if they have this in like a sheet set, but with this wash linen duvet cover or like bedspread type vibe, that could be really pretty. It also depends on the color of linen I'm going to go with for our bed that I'm going to be making. So these are just the ones that I have saved in my little wish list here because I'm eyeing them and I think they are so pretty. And if you like gingham, this is so good. Also, this throw blanket, very, very simple, a little bit more of like a textured stripe with that like raw edge, I think is just so cool, really beautiful, such a good throw blanket to add to the back of a couch, on a chair. This one's good. Moving on to a few throw pillows, I have noticed that Zara Home has hemp throw pillows right now, which I love a hemp throw pillow. They're not the softest, I will warn you. However, I love a hemp throw pillow because they are so much texture. Now, in my home, because it's so neutral, texture is incredibly important. Otherwise, it could just fall flat. But if you're mixing in different like nubby textures and natural materials and different things like that, it feels designed, it feels balanced, it feels right. So I've been debating whether to add print onto my couch. As I just mentioned, it scares me a little bit. But if I don't do print, maybe I do something like a hemp pillow because it has so much texture, especially when you're up close. I love those subtle details that you might not see far away, but once you get close, you're like, oh, this actually has a lot more texture, a little bit more going on with it than I originally thought. So doing something like a hemp throw pillow, I think is a really good option. Also like a nubby linen is really good as well. So good. I have a couple striped pillows that I've been kind of playing with the idea. I've been taking pictures of my space and putting these different things in so that I might, be a little smarter before I make the purchase. So these are a few throw pillows that have been on my mind. I also have a few in here that I just loved and wanted to share with you anyway, although I might not bring it into my space because it doesn't go with the vibe that I have. I still really love these options. A couple decorative pieces I think are really cool. I think I've shared this steel plate in the past. I just love silver. I think right now it just, as you can see, it's all over my house. I think it's so timeless, but it's also like sophisticated and elegant as well. And I think that's what I love about it because I was going so patinaed and so vintage and everything just kind of felt vintage where I needed something to offset that vintage. And truly, I think the silver has been a game changer for my interiors in my specific home. Love it. It's like the perfect balance to me. So I found these silver plates. I think that these are really cool. You could put a candle on here. You could use it as a catch-all dish. So many different things. I would also use this as a charcuterie board, mix in some like vintage boards, maybe put, blueberries on this board or a cheese and a couple, you know what I mean? Like some nuts and some blueberries. So good. And then also kind of loving these shell dishes. Just thought like these would be cute on a little coffee table. But then what really caught my attention is some of the tableware. And by tableware, I mean this drinking glass right here. So summery, so beautiful, very detailed. Love this. Almost like cute in a way as well. I also really love this fruit bowl with this ribbed detailing. So handsome to me. And then also these dinner plates and salad plates. These look handmade to me. I love these. I think that these are so gorgeous, especially for spring and summer, a lot of alfresco dinners. I love having a little bit more of that handmade organic look for the spring summer. For me, it just makes me think of casual and just how casual summer can be in such a beautiful way. So love these. I also, well, now that I'm gonna buy those hand towels, I think I'm definitely also going to buy this floral print tablecloth. To me, this tablecloth is absolutely breathtaking. It looks like a vintage tapestry textile. It's so unique and so different. I haven't seen, it almost looks like one of those vintage rugs, you know, like the Turkish rugs. So beautiful. I haven't seen anything like this as a tablecloth. I love that it dresses up a table, but almost in like a casual way. It's not like too dressy, if that makes sense. And the way I would decorate this is to keep things very like let this be the showpiece. So doing all white dishes with very simple glassware, very simple dinnerware, nothing too crazy, just to let this tablecloth have its moment. I really, really love this. And I think it's something I have to have. I think I would use this a ton. And then I also really love this dark, it looks like it's almost like a chocolate brown linen tablecloth. To me, this is so beautiful. This evokes a mood to me, especially seeing like the white dishes on it. It just makes me think of like vintage French white ironstone and the feeling and just drama, if that makes sense. I love brown, as I just mentioned, but chocolate brown with white dishes as a table, so good, so good, especially for a more dramatic dinner, but also like that would be a dressier dinner for me. Dark tablecloth or even like a light linen, I could do that as well. But the dark is a little bit more moody, some candlelight, white dishes, maybe some cut crystal, a little bit more dramatic with the cut crystal. So good, so good. I really like this printed tablecloth as well, which is very different for me. It does have bunnies on it, so I would probably hold off and maybe see if this is available for next year or get it and save it for next year. I think that this is stunning for Easter, and you could do some like gingham napkins. I think would be such a cool, you know, play on pattern. So, so good. I really love this small silver metal picture frame. Just chunky and good and cute, really pretty for like a desk, I think. I was also looking at a few of their wall picture frames. They have great ones, including, I especially love these here that are just all glass and there's no mat or back at all. I love these for sketches or even pictures, you know, that you may have printed. I think that these are so, they're like modern, you know, like they kind of bring in a whole different vibe. I have a lot of vintage frames, and mixing in something a little bit more clean like this, just sleek and clean, I think is such a good frame to add in, as well as the picture frame with the mat. I think this one comes with the mat. This is even more polished to me, a little bit more sleek, but I do love the balance. I love having my vintage artwork, but then also family photos in these very chic picture frames, I think is really nice. Or even like photography, if you took a beautiful picture of a landscape or whatever. So, so beautiful. And then, gosh, I have so much saved. Zara's just so good. It's like hard to narrow it down, but I love this coat stand. I love these teak outdoor wood loungers. I think that these are stunning if you have a home or an outdoor space that you have room for these by a pool. Amazing. What was the other thing I wanted to mention? This lamp right here. So it kind of feels a little bit more mid-century to me, but I think this cordless lamp would be really cool in like a bookshelf. Very, very unique. I love these lanterns. I actually was thinking about these for maybe our back patio just to add a little bit more charm back there. But I love the lines of these. I don't know who is designing for Zara, but they are absolutely brilliant. They are incredible. Every time I go on Zara Home, I always find something I like because their stuff is just top tier to me. And affordable. For like, this stuff looks either vintage or super high end that you would pay so much more than what you would on Zara, and they just nail the design every single time. It's just incredible. I also think they do an incredible job with their pots. I have saved so many terracotta pots or bowls that just look vintage to me and really look vintage. I also love these metal picture frames. These I actually was thinking to get for my oil paintings, because some of my oil paintings I don't have frames for, and I do like to either get like a little easel or these picture frames and be able to hang them. But I love that these look handmade. They just look so good to me. I really, really like those. Okay, is that it? Is that all I'm gonna mention? Let me just kind of scroll through. This silver tray, amazing. Very similar to one that is on McGee & Co. I will also mention their solid linen tablecloths as well. I love that they do have some with a raw edge, but I love that they have some with a little bit more detail with the hem stitch, just the scalloped edge, just a little bit. Again, those subtle details that maybe you're not looking for, but when you're sitting and you're having dinner and maybe you look down at your feet and you notice the detail, the hem stitch on the tablecloth. To me, those little details matter. Just in my opinion, I love them. I think that they are amazing. And I love to have that little surprise in home. I think it's really sweet. Also, these woven fiber placemats. I was never a placemat girl. I'm kind of into them. They just add texture to your tablescape, especially for outdoor or breakfast or brunch. That's my favorite time to use them. I think it just kind of adds a little bit more, especially like a brunch or breakfast table, I think could be very pared back, you know, just on the day-to-day. But adding in a little placemat adds in just a little bit more care. I'm gonna mention these two lamps again. I've mentioned these in past videos, but this metal little slim desk lamp, it's actually a little task lamp. I'm kind of thinking about getting for our living room. I bought a floor lamp. It is not working out. I am not loving it. I do love the floor lamp from Zara. I don't know if it's in right now. It comes in and goes out. I think it's a very popular one, especially with high-end designers. I see this in their work all the time. I just don't have room in this house, but maybe in the future. It's just this beautiful iron lamp. It's just simple. It looks like it is much more expensive than it is, but I did buy the table lamp version. Love, I used it in my sister's bedroom makeover. Such a good lamp. All right, you guys, those are my Zara finds this time. Some of them I've shared in the past, but I'm still loving and still thinking about for my home. I'm gonna place my order, and in an upcoming vlog, I will update you guys on what I got. Definitely 100% getting those hand towels. I think that that is such a unique idea, so beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen a hand towel like that. I've seen so like Turkish towels and so many other towels, but that is unique and different. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments which item was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in a couple days with another. Bye. I would say we were good together.